this very, very real communication Skype system. This is a miracle. So what about improving the email systems and the expensive telephone calls with the Skype network and Skype conferences, where we could meet? Have you used Skype conferences? Anybody? I haven't. You have? Could you please tell us how Skype conferences work?
Well, it's just that you are many people on the line at the same time.
How many? Is there a limitation?
8. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Go on.
And is it a video or just verbal?
I have used verbal.
Okay, because there's another one like Skype called TeamSpeak that we use within the movement to talk with everyone around the country once a week. So that's another.
Does it work in Europe?
Yeah, it's global.
So we can talk with New Zealand as well?
Yeah. It's a very simple program you can download.
You sent a computer to Rwanda from my account.
And how, is there a limitation of how many?
No.
No. So this is magnificent. So we can have really a great network.
Yeah, so you just make a time, of course.
Computer time.
Yeah. You take it the time.
And look into each other's eyes, give each other support, ask what we need help with, and solve each other's bottlenecks. It's flaskhalsar, yeah? The little problems that stop the big things.
Yeah.
We can help each other to solve.
Yeah, so we will once a week within New Zealand, but then there's also people who listen in from around the world, and so you say talk of what each person's been doing during the week with whatever the process is, and then people comment on how things can be done better or give their input. So, and then sometimes you have people from other parts of the world commenting on what they've been doing in their part of the world and how that's worked, and so yeah, it's just a way.
Wonderful. Then there is one problem with our list. We do not have emails on it, and the people who have Skype should write their Skype names now. I will send another list.
No, send this around. They can squeeze it in.
But it is so chaotic. Do you understand anything? I can't understand anything.
Well, yes, I'll check afterwards if I understand, and I ask if we don't. Because now we have half of the information there. So better send around.
Anyway, I put one more paper, yeah?
Yes.
Here, down.
Because
it's little space there. Put your Skype names on too. And
I have it, but I never use it.
yeah. New start for that. It's very, very enjoyable.
The one we use is not Skype, it's called TeamSpeak, it's a little bit different.
Please put the name of it on the page there, yeah?
Yeah.
Or you can write it down there.
Oh yeah, sure. Put it on there.
So everybody can see it. What is TeamSpeak?
You can
She said so. She said that what the Skype is. Not Skype connected to this. Yeah, she said. I think so.
So what are more questions for our networking? What are your experiences of networking? What do we need for creating a good network? Any voices, brainstorming?
Well, people usually need to know about them, about the others, and also about their projects, and why they are doing those projects. What is their, what are the reasons why they chose those projects and not the other projects? They always have to think a lot why we are doing these things and what we can achieve with this one project. So it's like you were saying earlier in here that, and also like Andre said, that it's really difficult to raise a voice in Sweden with the anti-nuclear movement. And we have been also worrying the same thing in Finland. But it's we have like our solution has been that we try to first have a lot of people with us. So then it's easier to say that there was 150 people going to this one meeting and we made these conclusions, and or that there was this and this speaker. And like you were saying about this, it's useless to it's useless to inform politicians, or it's useless to go somewhere and do some blockades. Of course, like in Finland, we have a different kind of there are different kind of groups doing different kind of things, and it's like we're always trying to not always find the way how to support each other's work, but also like what is the main thing why we are doing this in this context.
Thank you so much, Seni. So one of the ways to structure this up could be that we have a Skype profile. Each one makes a Skype profile, and you put a short notice about your project. And each Skype profile, you could put what are bottlenecks in your project, so that the network can see what your problems are, and if we have in the system people who can solve that, then we could work on the system where we can inform everybody about and help each other. What about that?
So within, so on Skype, you're saying to.
There is a profile there. Space for a profile.
Uh-huh. But so you're saying dedicate your profile to.
Just to upgrade your profile sort of continuously, so that each other can see on the profile in the whole world. You can see the profile of your mate in the network.
Yeah.
And then you can continuously see what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that kind of information is easier to have on an email list or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm working with many different other projects.
Yeah, same, me too. I would not dedicate I don't use my Skype enough to dedicate a profile. Facebook is actually, if you're, in terms of impact and numbers, Facebook is by far the best.
We have to make a decision.
No, maybe not, but in terms of numbers, it is. It makes
But you can't
Facebook
make
makes
video conferences there, can you?
No, but the TeamSpeak and video conferences also within the conference calling thing with Skype. I'm not sure if everyone will have the bandwidth to be doing video. I think the main thing is just to have verbal, so you can talk about what you've been doing. That's what we don't.
The difference between Facebook and Skype for me is when I log in my computer, I directly see who is online on Skype.
Yeah.
I can see directly which people are not in Facebook.
Well, there is some way, because we gave a computer to Rwanda and now they are speaking with South America. And
no, I'm saying that does work, but I'm just in terms of what we're trying to achieve with this networking.
Okay, let's not get stuck in this issue. We will make who could try to be responsible to create a good solution of networking internet system. Is there anybody who wants to be responsible?
One comment.
Yeah.
It seems to me that not everybody uses the Skype each day. For example, I have not so good internet connection sometime, and for me it were compliant to use Gmail list of sending of discussing something, list of рассылка, only list in Gmail, because of not every day.
Okay.
I can see.
Okay. Anyway, thank you. We have to go to next question. But who will be responsible to solve our communication technical system?
I would again suggest Facebook, because you can make a group.
Anyway, we will.
Strongly against Facebook.
Okay, well, Facebook.
No, we will not discuss this question now.
But
we will
because
just find who will be responsible to
But
find.
I will take. I've done this for other groups. I've taken responsibility and made groups on Facebook,
Okay.
and it actually, like, as made as some people may not like it,
Your name
it
was-
does make the news. Like Facebook groups make the news.
Okay,
So-
Font and Rabbit, you are experienced in this area. You will be responsible, okay? And communicate it with me, and we will fix a good networking system.
And
Okay?
Not on Fridays.
We are not telling what it will be yet. We are just putting the to discuss with us how we solve a good networking system technically. Okay?
Yeah, but we need to come to some agreement because people have
No, we
people.
can't do it right now.
Well, people have
We
to
have no
on the-
time.
on
We
the-
have to get out in 15 minutes. Okay?
But let's not get stuck in this.
Exactly.
This question.
That's a good idea.
Let's just put up a mailing list and use the time now to discuss
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I
what we
mean.
want to do
That's
together.
exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
We stop this. You are responsible to fix it. We have a mailing list until we
Okay.
fix
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm not doing the mailing list. You have collected the names.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'll tell you later what I'm responsible of. But
Did
But-
the list go around after you
Yes, sir.
completed it?
This is for the.
so the next
But
question.
this can also go on the mailing list as well.
What is the next question we need to solve to have a good network?
Respect.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. Ethics of our communication. Nobody tells terrible things to anybody. Everything has to be said in a nice way, okay? It's a very good training. It's aristocratic school. You can tell the worst things in a very nice way with humor, okay?
Oh, that's terrible.
all this stuff.
Let's have nice time when we communicate with each other. Agreed?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you will have most to learn, Per, but we will support you. And so the next question: what is more important? 10 more minutes for our networking brainstorming. What is more important for our network?
Understanding the issues in other countries.
Understanding the issues in other countries. Exactly. Exactly. That's a very important thing. And that's where we have to create a structure where we see these bottlenecks of organizations that we have in the network. Do you have any idea how to do that?
Okay, I mean, I want to talk about Russia a little bit, and it's actually really connected to networking as well. The issue is just, how am I supposed to actually give you an understanding within 10 minutes if you actually don't even have the basics about what's going on in Russia? Okay, so the issue is actually, I wouldn't call it a state.
No, I'm sorry, you can't talk about Russia now.
No,
We are talking structures. It will be later about Russia, but the structure, how we create this information in the network about everybody. That is my question to you. Sending emails. Oh, you don't read all emails because you are overloaded with work.
Well, no, I would disagree. The main thing we have here is email addresses. So in terms of creating a network, the first thing we need is everyone have the email addresses, then to send out what we're going to do because we're
Yeah,
not-
but email addresses is a natural thing. I'm trying to create something higher, where we have a panel where sort of all the problems are highlighted in several separate colors maybe. Maybe the projects are highlighted in different colors. We have all the countries listed.
But just we start with having everybody's email because it's not on the list yet. So the rest can be sent by email, what your the big wild ideas later. But if we don't have the emails, we can't even communicate what we do next.
I have really emails for most of people here.
Yeah. But
But let him talk about Russia. We need to hear that.
We have 10 minutes more of brainstorming, and afterwards we have these questions, okay?
But if
Yeah,
you,
so
in order to contribute to the brainstorming, needs to tell this as an example. Why not? Let's do that. What else could we do?
Yes, Andre, please.
I want to come back to this networking issue. Personally, I'm not interested in networking. I'm sorry, I'm a practical person. I'm interested in efficiency. So don't call me to join a network, please. Erase my email from your email list, please. But if you have a project, an action, research, or whatever else, please call me, please write to me. But I will not, you were right, I will not read all the... I used to be a member of 10 or dozen of networks, and I don't find it sufficient.
Exactly.
But when we have a partnership, probably with one person or with one group, and with more narrow aim, then I know my time can be efficient. So I do anti-nuclear at my leisure time as most of you. I'm not get paid for that. So for me, efficiency is my main priority. I hope for somebody else in this group.
So what is your
as well.
suggestion? Give a structure suggestion.
I don't need a structure. I'm a bit from anarchist part, so I hate the word structure, organization, leader, moderator, facilitator, things like that. It's not my language. Probably I don't understand something, but I don't need this piece of education. Sorry. I can repeat, if you have an idea of a project, means a limited activity, limited by time, limited by target, which after implementing will change the world outside this room, or outside the NGO community, whatever you call it, then I probably can be part of that. But if you call me forward to be a part of global anti-nuclear movement, I will stand apart. I am already part. I have this smiling sun. That's what I can do.
Okay.
Can I just add to that? I would tend to agree that the part of what I do within the Zeitgeist Movement group, within the conference calling each week, what it's meant to be is what have you done practically? What have you gone out and done? And me and another person who is one of the most, maybe the most active members, were getting frustrated because it ended up just being networking. It was just people going and talking about things, just like you do, like if you're email or become part of a network, just be about talking about things. So I think the main focus of to create the network is for people to say, I've done this, it's created that change or that, or whether it be a conference call, it's you know, I've got this idea, this is how I think we should implement it, or I've done this and this is how it's worked, this is the problems I encountered. So I think it's very relevant about actually. I think that is why we're networking, is to try and bring ideas together to do practical
So you
things.
want to have concrete projects in this Baltic Sea region, or cooperation?
We have already projects, but we don't have time to talk about the projects now because we are talking about how to use a Skype or how to create a network for networking.
It's a network meeting today.
Great, so probably I'm here by mistake.
I'm sorry. You're very welcome, whatever you expected of this. Anyway, so we have very limited time now.
Problem, but for me, networking means talking about projects and joint activity, not about creating another.
I think he has a point, so let him give us some visions.
Okay, please, Sani.
Yeah, we have this Baltic Sea Info mailing list, and I think after the Baltic Sea, after the tour, we will use this email list because it's collecting people all over the all the organizations, and everyone are available to join to this list. And I think there are all these people, and it's really easy there to tell about them, to tell if needed some support for something else.
Okay, I personally don't read all emails. It is just impossible, yeah. And what I will just take 1 minute to describe the vision. The vision was to create maybe a new sort of web place where we can see each other projects, where we can see each other problems, and then we can see everything on one screen. These are problems, and you click on problems and check if you can help, if not. And then you check if these projects are interesting for you or not in the region. Because right now it's very hard to know what is going on in the region. Because there are these little groups everywhere, and there is no organized summary of what there are sort of 5 climate actions or 5 nuclear actions, or and that we would have a summary on some place. And we could establish it on BSRRW, for example.
Well, we can have this message, we can deliver this message to this next network meetings, that we want to have a summary of the activities
in the Baltic Sea region.
Yeah, so
exactly, some place where everything is sort of summarized, and where you can see if you can help, if you are interested, and some web summarization place where we engage and are linked in a ray of light. Okay, and so the time for brainstorming is sort of over, and we have Andre, you can have your 5 minutes.
Did I demand 5 minutes? No, I sent that I donate my 5 minutes to the other people.
Wonderful. Then maybe I will rush on.
What about his 5 minutes?
Whose?
Back.
Whose?
Well, it was he wanted to say something.
Who?
Dirk wants to talk about Russia. Wolf.
Yeah. Please, Wolf.
Okay, let's put it this way. I was not really such a big fan of the Baltic tour because you end up just handing out some leaflets, like in Russia, where people even thought they would get arrested. But it doesn't really have a big impact. The only really good thing about the Baltic tour is that it actually does exactly what we are talking about now. It actually does create networks. So I cannot actually explain to you I don't know, the context in Russia, but the issue is obviously not as it was often displayed in the media. So look at it realistically. We have some ecologists, and they even manage to actually get so much support that they actually close down a factory, a paper factory in Siberia, which is actually polluting the Lake Baikal. And then, by decree of Putin, they just put it back into power. Okay, you have some ecologists. They actually set up a camp in Angarsk, and what happened? They sent in some Nazis or hooligans, at least right-wing people, you know, and yeah, people get killed. That murder has still not been solved. Okay. People get assassinated in the center of Moscow. So I wouldn't call it a police state in terms of quality, but at least in quantity. So you have actually police everywhere in security. So, but people are still doing some stuff. And recently they actually tried to save the wood in the north of Moscow, in Krimsky. And they actually set up an ecology camp, and of course the same pattern. They first sent in these Nazi hooligans, and if they actually don't get it, then they send in the police, arrest the protesters. It's actually the same pattern again and again. So eventually people got really upset, and actually it's almost kind of a revolution. People really got up and actually started doing something. It was pretty spontaneous as far as I can see. It was really badly organized, but it was a very, very effective action here. And suddenly you actually had 500 people actually walking to the administration in the center of Krimki and actually defacing it and actually really got rid of all this anger. If you look at the pictures, you probably can't even support it, you know, because of all the shootings they do and the Molotov cocktails and for whatever reason. At the end of the day, you're talking about a damage of maybe 10,000 euros. Okay, that's the level. But then look at the alternative. If these people actually would have walked into the woods where the police was waiting, the police didn't really have a clue about how many people were there. So let me make a guess. Let me guess there were maybe 200 police officers waiting in the woods. And now you have actually 500 people, so completely outnumbered. I don't even want to think what could have happened. So yes, it was actually just a symbolic thing. It was actually, they redirected actually their anger against the symbol of the administration. But you don't have anything in the media in the West. How is that possible? So obviously they have to find someone they can make responsible. What do they do? Same patterns. They actually just pick up two anti-fascists who are well known in the media. One of them is a journalist. It's actually his job to actually do all that stuff. And yeah, again, the media doesn't know anything about it. So I really don't know what to do about it, but I don't know Maxim that well, but he's a really good friend of Lyosha, and Lyosha is a really good friend of mine. We have to make sure that we actually get these guys out, because how to say, I don't know what to do, but we most certainly cannot do it here within this meeting. And so people who are interested in it, maybe, I don't know, approach me and
Okay. Well, that's not really relevant to this, but on the other hand, it's a very important thing.
So I guess it's just a question of individuals.
He was at the anti-nuclear camp in Nizhny Novgorod. I wouldn't actually say anti-nuclear, but he has changed his mind over time. So I would not call him an anti-nuclear activist because he simply does not have all the knowledge. He's doing lots of things, you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is very interesting, valuable information.
Not interesting. We have to decide something.
We have 5 minutes. We will be going later, okay? We have 5 minutes.
We have to say, will we continue with this man or not?
Of course we will. We are a network.
Okay.
Well, what you could do,
Is it
if
interesting
you wanted
for
to
us,
say,
this issue?
you could make a statement, like you've made a statement there.
Okay.
If it would be helpful, then all we have to do is make a statement that this meeting in Stockholm, on the date, at this place, demands the release of your friends and colleagues who are being unacceptably held by the authorities for something which they are not responsible for.
Absolutely, but
And so anybody in favour of that, everyone put their hand up, yes. So this meeting says yes, we all agree that that's a very bad thing. So you draft some piece of whatever it is and say that this meeting endorsed the demand for the release of your friends.
Yeah.
And that's about all that can be done at this meeting.
Well, if sort of names and organizations are signed
But the issue is,
with this
there are
drawing.
actually already people doing some stuff, you know. He actually had pickets all over. He had pickets in Kiev.
yeah,
Yeah, but we can't do
And
anything
whatever.
like that.
absolutely.
In
But we
Berlin,
can link.
It's just they are not really connected. So as
Exactly,
long as
exactly.
you actually have just, I told him, if you have just 30 people, like in front of the embassy in Berlin, it's not going to make such a difference.
We will discuss it more later, okay?
Well, if you send that stuff through to Dita, we can put it up on the internet.
We will fix
a
the network panel
One
where
more
we
thing,
see.
one
No,
more thing
I'm
about
sorry,
this
5
issue.
minutes have gone. We have to
It's
go.
actually really good because it shows you actually when people start to connect, you know. At first it started off with the ecologists, you know, but then there actually got, I don't know, animal rights activists involved and anti-fascists and so on, anarchists, and so that is actually the type of stuff I'm talking about when I'm talking about
You're right.
networking.
You're right. But as the points were made, we don't want to be swallowed of networking. We will go on with our structure. Yeah, we will create a structure where we do things, where we create change, and better change, and we will do that in supporting each other. And I just want to take my 5 minutes for lawyers and 5 minutes for discussion of how we get into contact with the people who are in the top of the pyramid. So, lawyers, you have in all the countries lawyers around the Baltic Seas. There are laws that create the reality that we have to subordinate to. But in many ways you have to. Otherwise you are put in the prison, and so it's very important. So the question is, do we have practical force? What is the experience with the lawyers? What do we have in Sweden? Do we have in Sweden lawyers that could do this? I have been trying to find Swedish lawyers. There is one lawyer in Uppsala. Yeah.
He's retired.
Retired lawyer, yeah.
He doesn't have the energy. I've talked to 4 or 5 of them here in Sweden, but none of them are volunteers to help us.
But you said you had 5 lawyers.
Yes, but they are afraid.
Yeah. But we're talking.
But I think they can do it.
That's why I asked, do you have any lawyers that volunteer, or else we have to raise money to pay them to do it?
That's one way.
Well,
And then there are autodidacts who are very, very knowledgeable people who are not professional lawyers, who also could be used.
There was an organization with this newspaper called Fibjuristerna. Maybe they can give us names for people who are interested in doing such work.
You mentioned that they are active in Uppsala still.
There is a group called Vänsterjuristerna, the links,
What are they called?
Leftists.
where you can go and ask for nothing, get advice or something. I
For
don't
this,
know
we
how-
need
how much.
environmental lawyers that already have experience of dealing with environmental cases or something.
Right now we need any lawyers and autodidacts, we have none. So any knowledgeable people could be an improvement.
I have to ask them because they can lose their jobs.
Exactly, that's the whole feudal system that I have been.
But I have one passion.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so please put in your agenda to try to check out for lawyers and inform us in the network. Yeah. How is it in Finland? Do you have any lawyers?
We have some for the local issues. Yes.
For what?
We have some people who are preparing things.
For your Olkiluoto?
No.
Brigade?
No.
For what?
They have made, they have took or prepared things to be in these high courts and in EU court. I don't remember the cases. But
So you have some knowledgeable people.
yeah, they like local movements. They have arranged.
Wonderful. Let's stay in touch and get the ball rolling. How is it Belarus? Do you?
Belarus?
Yeah.
In Belarus we have several organizations, independent organizations that have knowledge of slavery, but have reduced practice in field of environmental legislation and environmental environmental cases in the court. But we contacted to other lawyers who are experienced in the conventions, in the ESPA convention, because of your proposition is under ESPA convention, and you need one good lawyer in field of ESPA convention, and that's all.
Exactly. You got it.
I do not. I'm not sure because of my contact is. I do not know, and I'm not sure if my contact will works in our case.
Of course. Okay, thank you so much. And how is it in Russia? Andrei, do you have any lawyers?
It depends where we want to use them. If we need a lawyer to defend the people, if we want to do a legal rally or blockade, we do have a legal team, we have some professional lawyers who can do this job for us without even getting paid. But if we do application for the court, like we're discussing now, against nuclear industry, against a specific activities, that's much more complicated. We have several guys who are lawyers by training but who are part of NGOs, but normally they are loaded with their own everyday work. As an example, I can tell you that in Ozyorsk, which is in fire right now, probably you read in the newspapers that radioactive forest is on fire in Siberia, where this massive discharge was in 1957. So there is a lawyer, her name is Nadezhda Kutepova, she's a member of our NGO, of Eco Defense Group. And her job was to find the victims of that incident of 1957 and tell them, the people, these villagers, that they are victims and they can get some small pensions and small compensation from the state. What is she doing on her daily basis? To call her and to ask her to do a case against the government, it was pretty hard issue, but we succeed. We convinced her to be there, and we convinced other people to do that. And we even filed our case now in the Supreme Court, saying that those children who were part of their mothers in 1957, and the mothers, actually young girls, were sent as emergency workers to clean up the
No
stuff.
details, please. Only lawyers now.
Thank you.
One lawyer you have, yeah, Andrei? One or more?
I don't have any lawyers.
So you do have knowledge.
I am missing the issue. If you ask me about experience, or you ask how many contacts in my
we are looking for lawyers around Baltic Sea who could help.
Ozyorsk is far away. It's not in Baltic Sea. The problem is
Baltic Sea region.
No. Ozyorsk is far away. It's in Urals.
Yeah, but
So
anyway.
we don't have any lawyers in Baltic Sea. Only in St. Petersburg, the guy who defends.
I mean,
the people arrested.
Okay, but she knows
He's
Russian.
famous.
But she knows Russian.
No one can help in Baltics.
The Greenpeace movement, when they do actions, they of course have lawyers who help the people who are jailed sentenced, or I mean accused, and in the maybe it would be an idea to talk to Greenpeace
Great.
about how they
Great.
see the
Yeah.
possibility of doing something like
Great.
that. I
Very nice.
I
idea.
sort of don't have too high expectations.
No, exactly. But it didn't strike me before. Thank you. So, anybody else who wants to say something about both? Lawyers? No? Okay, then we can go further. What about the... Do we have anybody who knows high, rich pyramid top people that we could go and meet?
I hope. I worked for a person in Spain who I had talked with about how the world works and brought up the Bilderberg group, and he defended them in ways because he said he was associated because his family is extremely rich, and he sort of played with these people who go to Bilderberg meetings as kids, and he's actually starting a new curriculum in a university in Madrid, and it's about trying to get people at the top to think differently about how we do things, I guess the symbiotic nature of everything, and the cause and effect, and it's called creative leading is basically the new curriculum he's starting. So he is taking the way of believing that we can change some things from the top. But in terms of getting to...
so he could have contacts too, sort of.
Yeah,
because
I'm going back to Tarifa, and I will talk to him, and maybe I will talk to him about this subject and see what he thinks and what influence there can be done there.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. We have so little time. Anybody else who could suggest some... You don't have to say names. Just
Jan lifted his hand.
Yeah? Please.
Heidi, more about the research project that was discussed earlier. There exists nowadays a foundation founded by Björn Karlsson, who was a big man working at the financial market, and he donated big part of his fortune to improvement of the environment in the Baltic Sea.
We've been there, haven't we?
Isn't that some Baltic Sea Foundation?
Yes.
We have contacted them, and they have said that they don't work with radioactivity.
That's nice.
Thank you. Any other ideas of rich people on the top who we could go and meet? Musicians. Sorry?
Musicians.
Who?
Music.
Musicians. Do you mean ABBA?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, that is another option in terms of. I'll just take a quick step back. I know very short time, but in terms of making impact of getting these ideas out there, musicians is a way, but getting to people about these issues. So as I think Chris said earlier, no, it's getting out to the news about what's happening, getting the word out. So I find the lawyer thing is the entire system is set up so that people can't do anything because the people with the money can just spend more on lawyers, and
yeah,
it's very hard to get anywhere. So I think
that's
the
pyramid.
musicians and getting to people with the networking who know people within media. You know, it was just because of who we knew in New Zealand, we got Jacques Fresco on pretty much prime time New Zealand television, being able to see by only people. So there is chances when we're to do with news and music, and that's something we're going down as well. If you can get one popular group that will support this, they'll put that out there and make it.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm done with mine. I think
You also have IKEA.
Oh, IKEA. You're right. You're right.
Don't use them.
You're right. We could try to hit IKEA.
No, please.
Why? Why not?
Hit IKEA.
For a grant.
Then I have to leave this group.
Why?
I don't like it here.
He is from Småland, that's my home country.
No, I mean, who cares where money comes from? Just we get the work done. And it's no, you're right. I'm sorry, I said totally wrong thing. But do you mean that IKEA is some unethical?
Well, there are people who say that they are hypocrites.
Of course they are.
They maintain that they have an environmental policy and that they're very.
Let's not discuss that. If somebody wants to contact them and see if we can get some money, then we'll use the money the way we do.
As long as it's not nuclear industry money. But okay, we can discuss this later. Please, the next one who wants to have the floor, the floor is yours.
Young musicians, not old.
Tanya, please, you can have the floor.
Yes.
Now come here, please, because it's a very short wire.
How many time I have?
5 minutes. Here, it's very short wire.
And 5 minutes is not typical format for
We
my
have-
speech because of
There is 5 minutes for both
it's
of us.
very time. And I will say some words about anti-nuclear movement in Belarus and about lack of democracy and about our activities. Just now, the decision to construct the nuclear power station in Belarus, our government taken this decision and realizing the project of construction the nuclear power station in Belarus without any taking into account public opinion of experts, of scientists, of some facts, and they do this project despite of all the facts, all the consequences, all. For example, they have not money, they have not place, they have not technologies, but they want to construct nuclear power station and they do something to construct nuclear power station. For example, the works of preparation, the place for construction are started last year. In October, the government started to works on construction on the place, on the ground to build this nuclear power station. And I would like to explain you this situation, why it's very dangerous, not only for Belarus and for all the countries near Belarus, because of our country is not a country with democratic tradition. It's country where activists and people who say something against this project are qualified by government as a political opposition. And this project, I represent the group who made independent expertise, independent evaluation of official documentation of environment impact assessment of this project of Belarusian nuclear power station. And our findings are very negative about the documentation, about the situation with construction, with nuclear power station. You can find our findings on the page, on our web page. I will appoint this web page. Here is this page is in Russian, but you could find on the main page of this website documents in English, our documents with our critique of these official papers. And official papers about this nuclear power station are of very bad quality, contains biggest errors, and that's why this project is very dangerous. Not only for Belarus, who suffered from Chernobyl, but for other countries. And just now, our country is preparing to presidential elections. And our government is very neurotic about all the movement inside of our countries, if that movement is against the words of our president. For example, if president say we will construct nuclear power station, then somebody who say no is not a good idea will be pressured by government. For example, the July last 1 month before, all the environmental organizations of Belarus was the government decided to make one check, special check of all the environmental organizations for decide which organization will be closed.
1 minute left.
And what organization have not to be closed. And my organization, EcoHome, which is against the nuclear power station and which is organized public environmental expertise of the project of nuclear power station, is now the documents of this organization are revised by government for this organization to be closed by government.
I don't understand what you're saying.
The government of Belarus decided to close the organization, non-government organization.
Forbid it.
Close.
Council registration, according to the Belarusian law, the organization could be disbanded by the decree of the government through the court procedures. So that's what they are doing, that's everyday's practice. If in your status it's not that you can sit on this chair, so you break the status of your NGO, so you can be disbanded.
I'm sorry for my English. It's possible that it's
no
not clear what I say.
It's good.
Anyway, you can't go on because we have to take the next speaker. Unfortunately, we can be thrown out in 10 minutes.
And I have proposition to see to write our claim, not claim, but paper directed to government, to Belarus, and to stop this pressure and to stop this project. And I can propose to see on this document is titled Open Letter to Mr. Lukashenko, and you can see this document and decide if you will sign it, and if it's okay for sign from name of the Baltic of your organization or Baltic Info.
Yeah, it's a really nice document. I have seen it. My opinion is it's very well described.
But should we just read it and then everybody can agree? Okay?
Can this not be emailed out to us?
Everybody then just put their hand up if they agree, and then it's all done, yeah? But no, somebody has to read it.
It can stay there, and Cindy is coming now, and it can stay there, and you can scan it.
I can print this paper and give.
Can you email it out to the
list?
I can't email because of just now we are all
together.
All of us.
All right.
It can stay there. You can read it while Cindy is talking.
And we
Cindy, you're welcome.
Time to say if we, for example, if
we will make decision in 2 minutes.
Why can't we just make a proposal now and finish with it?
Why don't we
Okay?
make some decisions instead of you all the time cutting people off and nothing is decided?
We will make decision after Cindy's, and
You
you
have
can
lots
read
of time to talk
it.
about
You can
it.
read it
I think it's
now.
better instead of moving on, let's get somewhere first.
All right, I propose that we just quickly read that through and everybody breaks it to a vote. So, so if you just bring it down so we can see the top one now. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So it says,
I
we
can
the
talk about-
activists, please, we the activists and representatives of NGOs, participants of the Baltic Sea Info Tour, that's everybody here and a few other people, we're taking into account the situation to develop a nuclear power plant in Belarus, where the government of Belarus pursues this project despite many negative evaluations made both by public experts in Belarus and experts in other countries, in particular Lithuania, Ukraine, Austria, and also ignoring public opinion in Belarus and the protests of non-government organizations. 1. Express our concern with the pressure on environmental anti-nuclear NGOs and activists. Express our support to the anti-nuclear campaign of Belarus. Consider it unacceptable, that should be, to continue Baltic Sea radioactive pollution. And then the last one, which the Belarus NPP will contribute to, and then there's one more, if you just bring it down.
Right atomic.
Consider
reactor
it
instead of
unacceptable the further radioactive impact to the residents of Belarus who are already suffering from the Chernobyl consequences, and demand to stop the construction of the power station, and demand to stop the pressure on NGOs and activists. So all of those in favour of agreeing that text, roughly, put up their hands. Good. That's everybody.
Could we put something else in?
Yeah,
instead
all
of
right. No, we haven't got time for that.
Reactor or something.
Very nice, thank you so much.
No time for that. So we've got, that's been agreed now by the group.
We have agreed to the...
It's all been agreed. Everybody agrees that.
Then I will print and give you one paper.
You don't need to print.
You don't need to do that. You just need to put it. We put it on the
Yes,
internet.
I need your signs.
Signatures. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, fair.
Your
Yeah.
signs and names of your organization.
Okay, if you want.
Okay.
Where will you? I don't know where we can
In
print.
which form?
But we can try if there's
I
somebody
will
else.
try to print. I know where.
Oh, great, great.
Okay,
We
that's
have 10
done.
minutes though.
Sorry to
But
interrupt.
I
I just trying to speed it all up.
Jan Karlsson has got a copy machine on your... Du har väl en kopiator om man ska kopiera signaturer?
Okay, so next, please.
There's a copy machine where
When we are going afterwards.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, I was,
Right.
I really think that like one thing why we do these things together is this solidarity thing. We can't win this if in some countries activists are having depression and that kind of thing. So for me personally, one thing why I stay in this movement and why I do these international things is that I can support other countries' people and other countries' activities, which I couldn't do if I wouldn't be. Also, one reason why we are so active in Finland with this with this movement is that people feel that we are responsible about this about the nuclear renaissance, because we are having these stupid decisions made, and that's like one thing. We want to resist these stupid decisions of government. And we want to tell to the world that people in Finland are not supporting this nuclear industry and its activities. So I can say that in Finland we are really caring, like among the activists that I'm used to work and also in the project, we are really careful and we really want to support that kind of issues, because we need each other and it's not worth us to do anything if we are all totally alone. And then. Yeah, I wanted to, like it was said, that we will tell about the national situations and tell about the groups and also the situation. But I had this. Yeah, I had a map in internet, but I think it's useless. I could show you the places where we have the first of uranium mining, and I could show you the places where we have NPPs. But you can go to the Nuclear Heritage Network webpage. Somebody can put it somewhere, and you can see there is country pages. For each country, activists have collected information about the projects that they are having, and we have there a Finnish page. And we have their contact information for most of the local groups and national groups that are doing the anti-nuclear activities in Finland. And but I don't know now the address for it. But I think you can find it. Like yeah, if you Google Nuclear Heritage Network, you will find it somewhere. But yeah, it would have been really interesting to talk also during this meeting about these experiences with media and how we how it is a little bit different, because we know that from Russia they have to make these certain things to get media attention and to get some pressure to the politicians. In Finland we have also the same thing. We have to do certain things, and actually it's like a long-term project. We have to plan this for a few years, like for a few years before. We need to know what is our target and what are the things. What kind of things we want to do in different places, and with who we want to do them. And of course, I would like to invite you all into the Olkiluoto blockade. It's really important for Finnish movement, and it's supported by the main NGOs and the many groups that are working with this issue. And you can also, if you have some organization, you can also come and support we have the supporters list in here, and you can send to contact people the information that your NGO will support the blockade. And this is something that we want to show to the world, that Finnish people are not supporting our decisions. Okay. There are more projects, but you can see them from the internet, from this Nuclear Heritage webpage. There is also Belarus page, Russia page, Finnish page, and different country pages for the network. So this was a commercial for Nuclear Heritage Network. Actually, I think Falk would be really proud. Yeah.
Great.
Am I able to? Or do you
Yeah,
have time?
nobody has come to throw us out yet. We have 5 minutes. Maybe we have 1 hour.
But the country is getting a higher.
No, we will not.
Yeah.
No, we will not.
No, that won't happen.
Are we doing the thing or something?
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
The thing.
Do the thing.
What thing?
The thing. Okay.
They're going to do a song and dance act.
No.
That would be nice.
No, they're not, because they're too shy.
As Deep before about talking about the Olkiluoto, but I was just this is something I just wanted to put out there. There's a lot of talk about talking to politicians and doing these actions and about stopping things, but what the thing is, what's the alternative? Like, this is something I see with other groups, is people say, like, well, stop that, but there's very little addressing on what is the alternative. What's, like, we had, sorry I forgot your name, but talking about the wind power, and unless we give the people who are getting affected, who will be affected through health and other things from all this nuclear activity, unless we give the people cheap alternatives to what all this is doing, then we're not going to get anywhere. The people are not going to pressure the politicians. And that's another thing. The politicians are not there to help the people. The politicians are there to keep profit for the corporations. So if we get any politician that we think is going to make a difference, he's most likely going to disappear, like many good politicians, like John F. Kennedy, when he signed an executive order to shut down the Federal Reserve. Wasn't long after that did he died. So the thing is
we have 2 minutes to get
something,
out.
okay. Can I just say that if we can, with whatever we do, focus on how we can tell the people in our actions on the street or whatever is what alternatives people can have to have cheap energy that isn't nuclear, because that's going to, people are going to be like, oh well that's, you know,
if you're joining us on the walk, you can continue afterwards.
Okay.
You can continue afterwards, indeed. Very nice meeting, and thank you so much for this wonderful moment of confrontations and exchange of energies. And I hope that our next meeting will be even better, because we are just getting to know each other. And I am very happy about Rabbit's last input. What will be after this? Because we are unhappy with the system. We want a new change, a new system. And we are the change. We will make it happen. Yeah?
Okay, we have one more thing actually.
Yeah, so
we've all contributed to for something for you, Dee, for all your organisation and for putting this all together. It's,
Yeah, so beautiful. Thank you. Let's share the chocolate. This I will keep. Thanks so much. Thank you, thank you. It's been wonderful 3 days, but we are exhausted. But we will still go on if your offer is still on.
Yeah, but we have to leave.
Yeah, we have to leave now.
Can you organize a